What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Shop from the Point Live. Look, I'm going to be... It's a horrible day in the world. There's no doubt about it. The best story that we have in the world today has to do with maybe the greatest hockey legend of all time, Gordie Howe. And he passed away at the age of 88. And that is the best thing going on in the world. So we're going to do our best to entertain you as best we can. And I am going to open up the phone lines at some point to talk about Orlando because it's an elephant in the room, and I don't think there's really
no way around it.
Yeah, there's no way around it. And maybe a lot of you need to sound off, and I'll give you the place to do that. But right now, we'll go into a little hockey, and we'll talk about the great legend that is Gordie Howe. And I proudly wrote this. He was a man among men in a world full of boys. And yes, I mean, by today's standard.
He's Mr. Hockey, plain and simple.
Gordie Howe makes me feel like a girl. I'll be perfectly honest with you. He was so manly. He was so manly. And it was so nice that so many different teams out there had so many nice things to say about him. What I couldn't get over is it sounds so stupid because I'm always telling people you're gonna die. Don't put that cigarette out. Don't stop drinking. Don't put that steak down. You're gonna die anyway. But it is shocking in a roundabout way, just for the simple fact is there's just some people in your life that you never think are gonna go away. They're always gonna be in the background. For me, when I was a kid, it was Mickey Mantle, with my father's worship of Mickey Mantle, and Gordie Howe. And I think, Frenchie Ben, I mean, none of us saw him play as far as live are concerned. None of us are old enough to have seen him play. I'm probably the only one that was close, but I don't remember because he played for the Whalers in 81 at the age of 50. But it's just weird knowing 2 years ago we were talking about actually having a show commemorating his life, and he beat it. He beat it, and he was almost killed in the hockey game versus the Rangers, strangely enough. He's cheated death more than once. And I don't want to talk about Gordie in sad terms.
Didn't miss a game. Didn't even miss a game.
Really, did miss a game. And the guy almost died. He got his... But then he went around, I forget the Ranger who hit him or from behind or whatever it was. He rearranged his nose next time they made quite literally. He put his nose near his fucking eyebrows. And... I would talk about. I'll when I'm ready to take calls, I'll talk about Gordie. But it's just, I'm gonna flip to Frenchie Ben. How do you feel with, look, this guy's Mr. Canada. I imagine he's got the typical Canadian voice, farm boy story. Drops out of school, goes for a hockey career, worked in construction for a little while, becomes a legend. How do you feel about the passing of your fellow?
He was born. He's a Canadian boy, as you said. He's born in Saskatchewan. Mm-hmm. He began to play in the 40s. I saw his shtick in 97, 98. He played one game for the Detroit Vipers in the International Hockey League.
I remember that. So he could play in like 5 decades or something like that. He took a shift or something like that.
5 or 6.
Ridiculous. 6.
Yeah, he took a shift. I mean, but he's just so. But I remember like that was like in 99, 98, and like somebody says, well, why don't you just wait till 2000? Because then he could be in he could be in like 6 decades or something like that. Right. I forget how many it was, but
I know how big Maurice the Rocket Richard is in Quebec, mm-hmm. and Gordie Howe is as big in Canada as Maurice is in here.
Sure, he's the English speaking hero. We have Rocket and we have Gordie. I wonder.
Number 9.
Yeah, number 9, and of course Gretzky's 99 is inspired by Gordie's 9, even though playing wise they had almost nothing in common, which is kind of strange, I guess. But I think what Wayne saw in Gordie was a winner, and also a really great promoter of the game. Gordie was rough. He was vicious. There's no doubt about it. You
had a freaking hat trick named after him.
Yeah, you had a fight.
And a fight.
The Gordie Howe hat trick. The fight. A fight, an assist, and a goal.
Unbelievable toughness.
Yeah. Which I don't think Gordie Howe had more than one or two Gordie Howe hat tricks, which is kind of amusing, you know. Which is funny that it was named that.
He's roughly my size too.
Oh, really? God, he was so tough.
They said during his playing days he was 6'2", 205.
But at the time, he wasn't the biggest, but he was in the top echelon.
To be honest,
at the time he was bigger than everybody.
Yeah, but see, people are bigger than they were now. He probably was one of the more bigger guys. I mean, hockey players are bigger. I'm a small defenseman at 6'1" now. So then he might have been one of the bigger boys on the ice back then, I would think, Frenchie Ben.
He wasn't small.
No, he wasn't. I wouldn't go as far as saying small. In comparison to other players at the time, by today's standards, he'd probably be about average, I think, with a few Zuccarello exceptions, and things of that nature. But I'm going to miss Gordie terribly. My memory of Gordie is they used to have sort of an old-timers day or a legend skating day during the All-Star break. And I want to say it's 90, I think it would have been 90, 91, and 92. And I think he finally bagged it in 94. He was still skating on the All-Star or the Legends roster. And this is something they do now during the some of the outdoor games. But it's something they used to do during the All-Star break. As the older guys, I remember just how crisp and smooth his skating was at the age of 60, in his mid to late 60s, actually, and just gliding out there. And it's just like, God, what was this guy like when he was 20? He must have been amazing. And, he played in a day when there wasn't a shit ton of finesse. It was, you battled your way to goals. You pushed and shoved and battled your way to open. And he had so much skill in an era where skill wasn't studied like it is today. It predates, Soviet hockey, which changed the hockey world a lot. But that's my memory of Gordie Howe, is just, and maybe that's why I had a little trouble accepting that he's gone, because he was always there. He was always there. And now I'm almost to my 40th birthday, and I will spend the next half of my life with him not being there. It's so weird. Well, you're a young guy, Jeff. You know all about the legend. I don't even think you got to see him skate in a Legends game. How do you feel about the whole thing?
I mean, again, he's Mr. Hockey. Whenever you think of the sport of hockey, Gordie Howe's face appears.
Yeah.
I mean, to play in the league for 32 years of professional hockey.
Yeah.
And still being effective at the age of 52, scored 15 goals.
Yeah. I mean,
at the age of 52, he had. His skill was incredible. Obviously, he's fourth all time in points.
Mm-hmm.
Yager just passed him this year,
mm-hmm.
and he's also second in goals with 801. I mean, he had such phenomenal skill, such phenomenal toughness. I mean, he had over 400. He had over 400 stitches. Played with broken ribs, broken bones. Just. Like you said, almost died in a game.
No, almost got killed in the game against the Rangers.
Almost got killed in the game. They had to drain blood from his, to take pressure off of his brain.
Yeah. And
he doesn't miss a game.
Yeah.
Didn't miss a single game.
Nowadays they'd make him miss a game, which would probably be a good idea.
But yeah. Nowadays some dude's got a hangnail, and they're out for a week.
Yeah. It's going to be good. You mentioned Rocket Richard, Frenchie Ben, and I made the comments. Perhaps he's the English speaking part of Canada's Rocket Richard. How is he viewed in because I don't want to say Quebec's another country, but there's some serious. I think to be fair, there's some serious cultural differences. He's obviously not beloved, but is he respected? Like Rocket Richard is totally respected.
Oh yeah, he was the biggest opponent to the Rocket at the time. Mm-hmm. So he was feared. He was at the same time respected for his play on the ice. Outside of the ice, also, he's known as a gentleman. He's very approachable, so. Mm-hmm. And even what he did with his wife, Colleen. Colleen was probably the first agent in NHL history. I don't know if it's in sport, but she was managing his career and all his appearance outside the ice.
That's interesting.
And, they're known for that.
Well, if I remember Wayne Gretzky's book, because their styles are completely different as far as playing, but that was Wayne Gretzky's favorite player. And Wayne Gretzky grew up a Detroit Red Wings fan. And I think what Gretzky saw in Gordie Howe was something Gretzky had throughout his career is promoting hockey. I don't know if Gordie consciously did this, but he was just such a great spokesman for a game. Like you said, he was a maniac out there. But there was something very gentlemanly about his demeanor. And somebody's like, wow, how bad could this sport be? Look at this guy. I mean, he's a class act. And that's interesting that you say that. Boy, why am I getting all these Scottish fans?
In Quebec, Maurice the Rocket Richard, he's known for what he does on the ice, but he's not a great talker. Gordie Howe was a great talker also.
Yeah. He said some funny stuff.
He had things to say. He's not only respected because of his hockey, but overall. And to me, before there was Bobby Orr and Wayne Gretzky's and those players, there was only Gordie Howe.
Yeah, I'd happen to agree with you. And
it's like the Muhammad Ali of hockey,
in
except
some ways.
the political stuff.
Without the political stuff, But he also made a pretty daring move too. Let's not forget that when he was put in the Detroit Red Wings office, he realized that he was just kind of a job where he picked up his check. He wasn't really involved with the team. He hated it. He watched his sons get drafted by the WHA, which was a competitor for the NHL for a while. Pretty good competitor too. Produced the likes of Wayne.
Went to play with them.
What's that? And then he went to go play with them. He went to go play with his sons, and his sons turned out to be NHL Hall of Famers as well, and actually played on an all-Howe line at certain times. I think down in he played for the Arrows, the Houston Arrows, if I'm not mistaken. I may have that name wrong. I apologize if I do. I don't know much about the WHA history at all whatsoever.
I think he scored around 150 goals in the WHA too.
Yeah. So I mean, and this is when after he retired in the late 60s, early 70s, and marched that career all the way up another decade, all the way up to the time that he was 51 years old, 52, if I'm not mistaken, and played when the NHL annexed the WHA. He was on the Hartford Whalers and continued to play for the Hartford Whalers. And it's like Jeff said, he was totally effective. That is unheard of in any sport, much less a brutal contact sport like hockey. It is unheard of that a 50-year-old man can play.
Unreal.
It's not. It doesn't even sound. It's unreal. It does. Like if you would have told me this, if you just like, if I didn't know hockey, and I told you that there was a 50-year-old man, one of the greatest players of all time, that played in the NHL, and he was effective and made all the All-Star games, you might not believe it. Because hockey is so brutal on the body.
We're amazed by what Jagger is doing right now. And he's 43, 44.
Yeah.
So imagine 7 years. In 7 years, what he would look like.
Yeah. Well, God, I wonder if the game's too fast. I don't know if I want Jagger to play that. I don't want anybody to get hurt.
I was gonna say, I was thinking that same thing. Could Jagger stick around? I mean,
Jags has to get sick of it, I think, and he's not.
Gordie Howe always said, I mean, if you love doing it,
yeah,
I mean,
keep doing it. But
some players like Jagger and Kovalov, they can play till 50 with their hand skills. But you have to skate and play a complete game.
You also have to have a regiment, and Jaromir Jagr has a regiment, and he watches absolutely everything he puts in his mouth. And I guarantee you right now he's thinking about hockey, right? Maybe not as much, but he's thinking about his next move and what he's going to do. I think he's 44. He turned 44 this year. Jagr might be
44.
Yeah, he's 44. Jagr might be able to do it because I truly believe, because if you notice, the legends stay the longest, right? Unless they're somehow injured, like a Cam Neely situation. The legends always stay the longest. So yeah, Jagr could do it. Do you want him to though? Not so much to hurt his legacy. I don't give a shit. If the guy wants to play and somebody wants to hire him, play. But Jagr used to never shy away from hits, and for the past 5 years, he braces for them. I remember guys used to bounce off of his chest. They would line him up on the blue line. He would have those hands that full. And remember, Jagr's like 6'3", 6'4". He's not a small man by any means, Nope. And people you just bounce off him. I don't. And now I see a Jagr. He's more of a playmaker now, and he does brace for those 19, 20, 22-year-old guys that weigh 260 pounds crashing into him. So I worry about that. The game wasn't as fast.
Another aspect was impressive about Gordie Howe. He didn't play for 2 years,
Yes.
71 to 73. So he went to the WHA after 2 years of inactivity.
Yes.
And he was still effective. He played 70 games and he had 100 points in his first year.
I believe his wife had a big part in that.
Really? She got him back on the ice.
Getting him back into it.
The only two guys I saw who did that, they were younger, and Guy Lafleur and Mario Lemieux. They came back, and for Lafleur wasn't as effective as before.
And Mario retired kind of young, you know. So he retired like to 33, 32. So he still had a lot of hockey left in him. So I think it just hurt a lot, you know, hurt his body. And things of that nature, but
Gordie Howe was a force of nature.
He really was, in every way. Let's say hello. I mean, I am shocked by how many Scottish fans I have. It's just like it's
you know, one of my other favorite quotes from Gordie Howe is, and this is completely true. All pro athletes are bilingual. They all speak English and profanity? I just saw it. Yeah, they know English and profanity.
Yeah, I saw something to the effect of he used to hit guys in the ass that were bitching about their job and say, "Hey, the hours are short and the pay is good. You know, shut up." You know, and then he just let him know because he was probably in his 50s or his 40s when he was doing this. He just appreciated every moment. You know.
Yeah.
And
but you know, it's interesting. Lots of guys have two personalities. You have your day personality, and when you play sport, some people become another person. Mm-hmm. And Gordie was probably one of them. Because in hockey, I wasn't a shit talker. Yeah. But if you began with me, now you're done.
Yeah. Well, I heard Gordie had a pretty good. He could talk some trash. Oh. Another funny story I heard about Gordie Howe was
I was the same way, Frenchie.
We had to get it. They had to get you involved in it. Another funny story.
I should have started talking. I might still be playing. I might still play.
Another funny story about Gordie Howe I heard. Gretzky was pinned. He's a lot like Crosby. We knew how he was probably going to be. A lot of people thought he might be the greatest player of all time at the age of 14. I won't go into why that. And then he met Gordie, and I guess they're going to do a press conference together. And he said something to the effect, like almost shaking, and said, "Mr. Howe, are you scared to go out there?" And he was supposedly fixing his time. He goes, "Oh, every time, kid." You know, like it was nope. And I think that had an effect with Wayne. Wayne mentions his WHA All-Star game playing with Gordie Howe is just being really inspirational. And we really I don't think we can say enough good things about this man's life. I don't think it's sad. It's sad that it's come to an end, but
we knew it was coming.
Yeah, we knew it was coming, and if nobody in this audience nobody's going to have that kind of story to tell when they're older. It was a beautiful, wonderful, perfect life that they'll probably make a movie about one day. You know,
interesting because of the stem cell that came with his recovery. Mm-hmm. Because he came back strong after that.
He was, from what I understand, after the stem cell surgery, he was back like going to the store and stuff. You know, he's doing the little stuff. You know. But even with that wonderful technology and those advances, we all got to go.
88. He was 88. It was broken down.
Jake always thought that the concussion nuts were going to use his death as like, oh, we lost another player. You know,
yeah.
But
2 points for anybody in the chat who can name the last team Howe played for when he was 52.
It was the Hartford Whalers.
Yes.
I said the chat, not you.
Yeah, well, I could just Google it. You can't. It's not real radio.
You ruined it for everybody.
I ruined it for everyone.
You win the prize, Tommy C.
Well, what do I get? Nothing.
We get to talk about sadness.
Yeah, I always wanted to do. I didn't upload a video or anything. I always envisioned when this day happened, and I knew it was coming. That I'd be able to do a live broadcast and kind of talk to the people about it. I couldn't do it because my kids were here, and I actually went to go visit Dave at his house. So I apologize for that. But this is a show. I don't want to say I wanted to do. Of course, I never wanted to do it. But I always hope that Detroit Vipers. Actually, he's right. No, Gun Cannon's right. It was the Detroit Vipers. in the
Okay.
yeah. Gun cannon.
Yeah,
you
but
win.
Jeff
I don't know what
said
you
in
win,
the
but you win
NHL.
something. Yeah. No, you didn't know it. You didn't know it, Chris. You didn't know. I knew the thing is. All right, let's talk about Sharks Pens tonight. What I think will be the final game. Of course, I said that last time. I think I generally feel that there was something wrong with the ice. I think the Sharks got a couple breaks went their way, and they also played solid defense. They kept the Pens off the board, which is exactly what they're gonna have to do tonight. But
the series says 3-2, but I think it's a safe bet to say that Pittsburgh has been the far better team.
Yeah.
In this series.
Yes.
The Sharks
you might be able to get away with that in baseball, little stuff like that. Things going the other team's way, but in hockey, more often than not, the best team usually wins.
Yeah.
They are more inspired.
Yeah, I suppose so. But I had something I noticed. I had the European broadcast. I'm gonna ask Jeff. If this ever happened to you? Have you ever gotten too pumped up for a game and it kind of fucked you up?
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah. I've seen that's happened to me a lot during my life. I got the European broadcast, so we didn't have any commercials. So like even when the announcers weren't there, I could see the feed, and they kept on flipping to both locker rooms. The Sharks came out, and I mentioned in the reaction video, kind of like looking at their feet, which was like, uh-oh. And the Pens were just like chest bumping and hitting each other and ready. And they almost, I wonder if they exasperated themselves early, especially after the Sharks struck first.
You try to do a little too much.
Yeah, and I just don't think the Pens are going to make that same mistake tonight. I really think Sid's going to hold
especially
it up.
on the road too.
All right. I sort of would like to see a Game 7 because I have some really bad news for those who like our reaction shows. I can't do one tonight. I have way too much to do in the morning, staying up to 2 o'clock in the morning, take care of my son for the next 12 hours, plus all the shit I got to do around the house, and prepare for our new show tomorrow, Shot from the Point. That it just can't happen. I will keep an eye on highlights, and I will have the Stanley Cup moments if they happen. If they don't, I will do Game 7. I will do Game 7. I know a lot of you guys like that, so I will do Game 7. But no, I'm sorry, I can't do it tonight, and I can't even upload a video. I've managed to go on live after every single Stanley Cup since 2012, or release a video shortly after in the case of 2012. I think that this year, with my family responsibilities, that comes to an end. So I apologize, but I'll get stuff out there.
Well, see, now that you got that going on, the Pens are going to win tonight.
Yes. So I'm quite sure that I'm going to miss the whole fucking thing.
Personally, I expect, now that they won Game 5, I think the Sharks will win tonight.
Woo! Listen to you.
That's my feeling, but I'm wrong in that.
Either way, tonight will be the last time we will have to hear "Let's Go Sharks."
Let's go Sharks!
Sharks!
Sharks! Sharks!
Pierre, did you see what Pierre put in the chat? Howe is a dirty player, no respect. Greg.
That's his next blog.
I didn't read anything. I decided not to read anything they wrote today. I just had enough of fucking Puck Danny.
But speaking of all of that, we spoke in the last reaction video that I may cry when I see the Stanley Cup.
Okay, you did say that.
We speak about Gordie Howe. The last time I shed a tear, I don't know.
Yeah.
Was when Jean Béliveau died.
Did you? Well, that's a little understandable. If Sidney Crosby wins a Stanley Cup, I'm going to be a little disappointed if you cry. Frenchie Ben.
I don't expect that.
I am a Frenchie. I get emotional. I am not ashamed. You're not ashamed, are you, Frenchie?
No.
No.
No, I should cry more often.
Frenchie Ben. Frenchie's music. Well, if you want to, I'm not going to cry. I'm going to be a little aggravated that a punk ass. The only thing I hope this, we're pretty much at the second half of Crosby's career. I hope that I come away with more respect for him than when it's over. I hope that
if he keeps this up, I think we will.
I think we'll he's a shit when he's a kid, but he turned out to be a great player and a good leader. I'd love to say that, by the way. I really would. I'm all into redemption.
The ice, he shut his mouth. He plays his game. He doesn't get as many points, but hey, at the time, Wayne Gretzky and Guy Carbonneau, they were big time cry babies.
Yeah, you know what it is too. And, a lot of people point out that Gretzky's a little bit of a whiner too. But I honestly, Gretzky was more of a yeller at a referee. I didn't see him try to hunt down calls. I never saw him acting like a heel. He would give he'd give the referees an earful, and so does Crosby, by the way, and try to influence. And I get that, but there was something less babyish about it. He didn't slam sticks. He yelled and he swore. That's what Grutz did. But and look, he was trying to influence. He mentioned that he does try to draw penalties, but I never saw him snap his head. I saw him purposely trip, if you know what I mean, if you get what I'm saying. So there's something, I don't like putting him in that category because, they always say, well, Gretzky did it too, and you like Wayne. I never thought that Wayne was a baby. I don't know too many people I can't even remember somebody had a bad thing to say about him except Stan Fischler, because he wasn't enough like Gordie Howe,
No, because like you said, he was probably the biggest ambassador for the sport. So
yeah, so
he was great outside the ice.
I think Wayne did a good job too. I think Gordie did a good job. It was too bad TV isn't like it is today. Canada feels like a closer country to me than it was when I was a child. It seemed a lot more distant, but with the internet and everything, I think. Well, look at it this way. I honestly believe that Wayne Gretzky looked at Gordie Howe and decided, I'm going to carry myself like him off the ice.
And he did.
Yeah, he did.
He succeeded.
Tonight, I expect Pitts to win. Anybody else have anything different to say? Frenchie thinks that the Sharks might pull it out. That's fine with me. I'd like to see Game 7. And Jeff, you think it's over too, correct?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
We will take any of your calls, whether it's about hockey, Gordie Howe, if you just want any best wishes, 718-395-7660, 718-395-7660. And we'll take any of your calls that you want. And that. The other thing is, I guess, with all the shit that's going on in, let's see what Sousa wants first. All right, before I get into any kind of rant. What's up, Snooza? How are you?
Nothing much. How are you?
Great. What's on your mind, buddy?
Fine.
I wanted to talk about the Euros, even though
Sure, you can
Jeff
talk about the
might
Euro.
not watch soccer.
You talk about actually Germany's
don't.
on. Germany's on right now. I got to put that on. What's on your mind with the riots with the Russians and the English? Is that what
Yeah,
you wanted
I wanted to get your take on that.
Yes, I'm glad. I'm actually kind of glad you asked. Since I moved here in 2005, I was told, and I have actually seen that football hooliganism is pretty much a thing of this past. When the World Cup was here in 2006, there was very, very small, minor, not very noteworthy incidents. I do wonder out loud, although I don't have any proof of this. I often wonder if I got to get the TV right. To be honest, excuse me.
Germany's winning 1-0.
Nothing. I'm putting the game on right now because I can't believe I forgot to put it on.
They play against who?
Ukraine.
Oh, yeah.
The Ukraine. Wait, how come
Yeah.
this isn't on? How come? All right, here we go. The Euros. I often wonder if things economically are deteriorating and young working class men are kind of engaging in that. Now the English are traditionally the worst with the firm culture. But it's been a lot different since I've gone here. A lot of that firm stuff is from the 80s. It's dead, rightfully so. I'm not going to get into who's the blame on that. I don't really know. I didn't get a big picture. I'm hoping it's isolated, but I watched a broadcast in German that there's a lot of right-wing nationalists running around with Nazi flags inside Germany, with hooliganism and stuff like that. So I hope this is it. Really the last time we saw any major hooliganism was in 1998 in France with the World Cup. And I hope this is this. I wonder if tensions in Europe have never been higher with the migration crisis.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's given away to xenophobia and stuff like that. So there's my take on it. I hope this is isolated. That's all I can tell you. Why? What do you think, Bud? What do you think, Bud?
I do think. Well, every time I watch soccer, like either if it's Barclays or Portuguese, like there's always gonna be a certain game that does have these riots. Like I remember last year. Wow. Wow. I remember last year, there was a championship game and the away team won and like they cut the power in the stadium and then there were riots. I do think it does happen way too much and I really hope it doesn't start to become a usual here because we do know that it happens here sometimes too.
In the States?
Yeah.
It doesn't.
No. I guess not always in the States. It does North America.
What the hell happened to Jeff and all them? We lost the call. It doesn't happen in North America. I mean, what are you
If it
talking about?
happens in soccer in North America, that will mean that we are good. So it's not yet.
I hope not ever.
Canada
It's not
is
as
really
bad as
bad
Europe.
in soccer.
Yeah, and we're not that great either. Oh,
No.
I got
better
news for you.
Canada,
We're not that
though.
great. Are you big? Because you're Portuguese descent. Are you a big soccer fan?
Yeah.
You are. You like MLS? Who do you like? New England Revolution?
Yeah, we go there.
You go to?
Around.
I've been to some MLS. I used to go to Metro Stars games when I was a kid, which is now New York Red Bull, and they were supposed to bring the
MLS is getting bigger.
It is, but
I mean, we go to Gillette Stadium,
Mhm.
and I guess for football games, the turnout for Revolution would not be anywhere good, but they fill up a good half of the stadium.
yeah. Well, I don't know if
Gillette
soccer game.
is big.
I mean, honestly, I have no problem with the game, and I'm watching it right now. But I just, it's more exciting to be a part of a crowd that's into it than it is actually watching the game. You know?
Oh yeah, I would prefer watching at the stadium than
Yeah,
watching.
but you go with all your Portuguese crazy relatives, right? So it's fun. But
Yeah.
go with a bunch of regular ass fucking American white guys. It'll suck. I guarantee it.
When I go to a Revolution game, season ticket holders behind us are Celtic fans,
Yeah.
so they go nuts too.
Thanks for the call.
Yeah.
Bye bye. I don't know what's happened, Frenchie Ben, and them. I don't understand what's going on there.
Get to sleep. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll get rid. Thanks for the call. Boy, snooze, it was making me snooze. Jeff
Hello?
loves soccer.
Oh, I don't know. I can hear you.
You don't hear me?
Okay, I think we're...
I got to get these guys back. Jesus, Skype sucks. Nuts. Sucks balls. I hate Skype. Skype sucks nuts. Call here. Not yet pure. Call back. I got to straighten this whole fucking thing out. Who, I got a donation. Call has been brought to you by NyQuil. It helps to get your Z's. Dead on Dave. Thank you for the donation. Dead on Dave.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me? No. What's going on, Mike? All right, nobody call me. I'm calling everybody. I'm calling Huffman first. Ah, for fuck's sake. Frenchie, Ben, and Huffman calling. Here we go. God damn it. What's going on with Skype today, fellas?
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me? Oh, you got to be kidding me. I don't want a show like this. Can you guys hear me?
We have technical difficulties.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes or no? Can everybody hear
Hear
me?
you, Frenchie.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know if we're alone on that.
Ugh. Stop calling me. Everybody stop calling me. This might be funny for some of you fucking guys, but it's not funny to me. Here, let's see if we get him in. It's all fucking Snooze's fault. I'm sure. Snooze's fault. Jeff, can you hear me?
Susan, you put my internet to sleep and you ruined
Yeah, I know.
everything.
Jeff, Snooze put our internet to sleep. Did he? Can you hear me?
Oh my God, yes, I can hear you.
Good. Let's put Frenchie on. God damn. Snooze is putting our fucking internet to sleep.
Ruined everything. Not only are you putting all the viewers to sleep, you're putting us to sleep. Now our internets are going to sleep.
Did I tell you what he tried? Did I tell you what Snooze tried to do? He's like in a little YouTube war, you know, and
That's right.
He asked me for pointers.
No, we didn't.
Yes,
you
he
mean
did.
by pointers?
I almost gave him to him, and then I realized, wait a minute, I'm the adult here.
Arguments?
Well, yeah, I guess because he's doing this.
What
Wow.
was the
Hold on a
gist
second.
of this argument?
Hold on a second. Oh, it happened again. Even talking about snooze, it sends me into a daydream. Yeah. But no, he's like, at first I was like, yeah, do this, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm like a grown up. I can't be telling this kid to fucking do rotten shit. You know, I could never do that. I'm too responsible. 71839. Yeah. So I take your calls again. Everything seems to be working. 718-395-7660. 718. Any stupid topic you want to talk about. I'll put you on the line.
Souza, you should call Stone Cold Human Resources.
Yeah. Turn in Peggy. Actually, I should turn you into fucking Peggy at Stone Cold Human Resources. Tell him you're sleeping on the job. Jeez. Holy Christmas. Snoozer. Guy wanted a nickname so bad. That's what happens when you ask for a nickname.
Yes.
Fucking Mackenzie's Portugal's a shit team. Well, they got one player, really. They got that fucking prima donna load Ronaldo. God, he's a jerk.
You cannot ask for a nickname because people are gonna mess with you.
You're gonna fuck with you. You can never ask for a nickname. I think he likes his nickname though. Strangely enough, he wanted to like Huffman's name's preordained. I'm sure I'm not the first guy to call him Huff or Huffman, right?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Not at all.
Frenchie Ben. Well, name says
To
everything.
me, it's Ben.
Yeah,
That's it.
Ben. No, they don't call you Frenchie Ben in French. What's your nickname in French?
Ben.
Ben?
Yeah, because
Isn't
my
anything cool?
long name is Benoit.
Yeah.
Benito.
Benito. Oh, okay, that's cool.
Benoit.
Benoit.
Yes.
That's what it looks. My friend Chris Benoit, Mark Messier, and Patrick Roy.
Patrick Roy.
Patrick Roy. I love when he said
But
that.
in Quebec, I don't know
did.
why. Even people, when they speak about Patrick Roy, they say Patrick Roy.
Idwa. Why did he say
Patrick
that?
E. Roy.
Really?
Yeah, it's, I don't know.
Oh, I've seen Americans do that. Like they're so confused about Roy being Wah. They'll go Roy.
Yeah, but it kind of sounds the same. It's
Yeah.
funny when they say Le Mieux.
I want to put Pierre on. I want to see what he has to say. But his connection always blows.
Yeah. Socialized internet.
Oh, see, he's not even on here. I'll call his Skype. I want to put Pierre on. See what he thinks about this thing in Orlando. Pierre made a really good point. Everybody's screaming about gun control. We got to have gun laws. More like Europe. Well, guess what? It's been happening in Europe too.
We should also ban pressure cookers after the Boston Marathon bombing.
Yeah. Where's Pierre? I want to talk to him about it.
Cars also need to be regulated because of all the car accidents that take people.
Well, I find it you want to take the one thing that actually could halt or limit this thing away from people. It's just.
It's also a proven fact that the forks are the ones that make people fat.
Yeah. I tell you what, if you want to go live in a shitty place, live in one with gun control.
We should do like the movie Equilibrium. Everybody gets a pill that gets rid of emotions, and that's it.
Yes. That's what we should do.
Yeah.
Apparently that guy took that pill. Where's Pierre? I really wanted to
We
talk
won't
about
care about hockey, politics, anything.
this. Yeah, well, I guess Pierre's out for the count. No, I guess so. I don't get it. I don't get
Maybe Sousa put his internet to sleep. Pierre said his internet did need coffee. So
Pierre. He's too funny. Oh, this
Like
guy
a
goes in
flute
there.
player.
yes, Kevin Sousa, the gift that just keeps on giving.
Yes. He's a wonderful caller. The dude's calling in. The dude! What's on your mind, bud? What's on
How's it going there, Tommy?
You tell me.
I heard you mentioning Orlando there.
Yeah.
Not sure if you heard, they actually had a guy caught out here over in Santa Monica out here in L.A. that had a bunch of crap in his car, too.
I did read. I didn't know it was in Santa Monica, though. That's news to me. Well, what are you hearing over there?
Yeah, no. Well, he was caught with a bunch of stuff in his car with explosives and whatnot, and they're saying he was headed to the West L.A. Pride Parade.
Whoa. Yeah, I got this right here.
Yeah.
Man with guns and explosives arrested to L.A. Pride Parade. That's good.
And just my thoughts on it. I mean, like I was in the Army for 5 years.
Oh, really?
Did my time with
Where'd you go?
Yeah.
I was in the Army. Where did you serve?
I was in Leonard Wood. I was 12 Bravo.
Oh, really? Oh, you're 12 Bravo. You're kind of a badass. Fucking... yeah, what'd you do? You do that job for 3 years, realize there's no work for it afterwards? I gotta get the fuck out of here and grow up and get a real job? Is that what you did?
Well, no, actually, when the budget cuts started coming down, I ended up getting swept up in that. So, I mean,
what
I
did you
don't
get
regret what I did. I mean, yeah, it sucks that there's really no job market for it, but, you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah, sir. It's, you know what that is? Because I'll be honest with you. I joined twofold. I wanted to serve, but I also wanted like a career afterwards. You know what I mean? So like you guys that go 11, 12 Bravo and stuff like that. For all those who don't know, it's infantry related stuff. You guys are the real servicemen, in my opinion. You know, I don't really. Yeah, you are. I mean, yeah, I did, and I go long. Yeah, look. I could go longer because I wasn't doing as much hard shit as you. You know, you know, my day was your printer is up, Sergeant Major. Thank you, Specialist Callahan. You know?
Well, you know what? Hey,
dirt.
you're still doing a service there too. I mean, you're still, you know, helping us out with what we're doing.
Well, that's nice of you. Because a lot of
for Tommy, it was emails and water slides.
It was water. That's what I did. I'm gonna make you sick, dude. I'm glad you told me you're in the Army. All I did was go to Germany and get laid and drink beer. for fucking 8 years straight, dude. If I hadn't knocked my ex-wife off, I'd probably still be doing it. Yeah, I still look.
But yeah, no, it's just like I see shit like this going on in Orlando, and then the same shit going on over here. Like, when are people gonna fucking wake up, dude?
I don't know.
You know,
I don't know because
every time this shit happens, I sit there and I think to myself, how many more fucking innocent Americans need to die on American soil?
A lot more.
It's not fucking 50.
A lot more because, you know, I got a note. I don't know if it's true or not, but somebody sent me a note in my email saying there's a censorship war going on Reddit right now, and it has to do with the shooter's religious background. So that seems smart just to censor that. The other thing is the explosion. Really, the red herring, like, you know what a red herring fallacy is, or a red herring argument?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So, not all Muslims is a red herring fallacy. It is designed for you not to talk about the issue at hand. You see that come out. That's just basically trying to get you to shut up. You know, instead of talking about, you know, the immigration issues, it's not all Muslims. No fucking shit, Sherlock. But there is a problem in Islam. A serious fucking problem. And I don't really give a shit if this guy was fucking religious or non-religious. He comes from a value system that's completely alien to what we tolerate. Look at it this way. Right-wing Nazis in America have never done anything like this.
Yeah.
The only thing that comes close is these lone wolf, emo, fucking schoolboy jerk fucks. You know, that do stuff like this from once in a while.
What's his name over in Colorado?
Yeah, like those two jack fucks all those fucking assholes had to do. They were smart. All they had to do was wait 2 months, go to college, and get laid and get good grades and probably drive a nice car by around 2001. That's all they had to do. Yeah. But no, we're gonna kill everybody because we're not popular. And it looked to me like they had a lot of fucking friends. You know, we're not popular.
The phenomenon we saw in the 80s was the right-wing Christians, they were killing people in front of abortion clinics.
Abortion doctors, but it doesn't, I mean, like as tragic as that is, Frenchie Ben, nobody got 50, they didn't go into a fucking abortion, kill 50 fucking people, you know? And that's the closest you get.
They're trying to fucking deliberately kill people.
You think about...
And the worst part is that, like, when I fucking see shit like this, is that if you're going to go in there and do whatever, that's fine. Stand up for what you believe in. But don't use religion as a fucking cop-out.
Yeah.
Don't hide behind that shit.
It's not copping out. I think you're misunderstanding it, dude. I think these people really believe this shit. They really believe.
Oh yeah, no. But I mean, they go and they hide behind it. Is my thing. I mean, whether they believe in it or not. I mean, I see it as a fucking cop out.
So you're like saying well, yeah, they do hide religion.
They fucking fess up and say I did it. Don't say I did it because of my fucking God.
Well, but I really think they're telling the truth when they say that.
I think they can.
Yeah, dude, I think they're really. I don't think they're trying to get out of it. It's like, well, this is my religion, and I have to follow. No, I think they're like, they're trying to get into heaven, man. I really do. I don't think it's a cop out at all. I think this is how crazy it is. Like, yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. When some criminal gets caught and he's like, "Oh, my parents beat me up." Well, so fucking what? You have to kill all those people. But I don't think that's it. I think these people. That's what makes it even more scary. Is like these people really believe this shit. They really, really do.
Oh, yeah.
And I know you as a soldier, you want to go out and protect those people. That's what you've been trained to do. And we're helpless.
Yeah, I mean, and that's regardless of like how I feel about like the LGBT and the
it has nothing to do with
warriors and whatnot. That doesn't.
Look at it this way.
I mean,
Look at it this way.
Day, they're fucking innocent.
Bunch of folks went to a club to have a good time, get drunk, have fun with their friends. That's what fucking. And they were murdered. They were murdered for that. They were murdered because of what they love to do. And you know what? If I had to fucking guess, this guy that did this was probably a homo himself. Probably wanted to suck a few cocks, and we'd all be a lot better off if he did, because he probably would have been a lot happier with his life. Most of these guys that flip out on gays, they see a little bit in themselves, and they've been taught that it's so evil and so horrible, and that it's the worst thing that could fucking happen to you in the world. So they take it out on the people that are comfortable in their own skin. If I had to guess, this guy was a fake, And so he saw a little bit of that. It'd be you know what it is? He should have just got a boyfriend and sucked some dick, and we'd all be better off.
Oh no, maybe
that's Tommy C. Dr. Tommy C.
You got
opinion.
It. I bet. Well, I'm good at this shit, Frenchie Ben. I'm psychic.
Oh yeah.
I bet he wanted. He saw what the fuck. Like supposedly I saw an article. All this shit is bullshit. I heard he saw two gay men kissing, and that set him off. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I can understand being like a visceral reaction to it, sort of, like going ew or giggling. Whenever I saw two guys kiss, I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I can understand that. I can understand being uncomfortable in a sense where it's not attractive. But I can't imagine murder. I have to kill this person.
Offing 50 people.
Yeah, I can't imagine that coming into anything.
And the worst part is that you hit it on the head earlier is because they come from a fucking culture that's so backward.
Yeah.
Not of ours. Where
it's not all Muslims.
Or die.
But it's enough of them. That's what I tell you. It's not all Muslims. It's enough of them. It's enough of them. That, and when I criticize, I don't criticize Muslims. I criticize Islam, and I think Islam. I just found a report of a guy in Orlando just like a month or two ago. He was coming in telling people in mosques that that it wasn't legal, but really homosexuals should be put out of their own misery because it was the compassionate thing to do. If this is the shit that's going on, we shouldn't be shocked when a few guys decide to follow through. Now, whether this guy was religious or not, whether he was an atheist or not, he grew up in that kind of environment more than
probably
likely.
Wasn't an atheist.
Yeah. Or maybe he just wasn't religious and he hated gays and it got planted to that crazy ass religion. Who knows?
You think the U.S. won't kick these people out? They've done it before.
No, they're never going to do it because we're going to get bogged down with gun control arguments. We're going to get bogged down with we have to look out for the Muslim community. No one is attacking the Muslim community.
They've kicked certain people out before.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Jimmy Carter did it in the late 70s.
Have.
I don't know about kicking people. Look, I'm not all for.
We're getting so bogged down in the whole social justice argument and whatnot. Yeah. We're not seeing the real issue at hand.
Well, I think
needs to have.
Bingo, you hit it on the head. But the social justice argument is designed to distract us from actually talking about something that's important. Look, this guy was a U.S. citizen. We probably couldn't have stopped him. I'm not for kicking U.S. citizens out. I learned from what happened in with Japan. We're Japanese Americans. But you know what? We can say. Enough. No more immigration from this part of the world. And if you think about it, this guy,
that's what I was getting at.
Yeah, this guy was born here. The people, they're getting 100 new people from war zones every day. Every day, we're getting people, and I've met these people that are in these war zones in Iraq. They're different.
Oh, yeah.
They're fucking different. They're not all bad. They're not horrible people, not all of them. But they look at the world.
That goes with the area that they've lived in for so long.
Yeah, I mean, because all they see is
kind of like when you go out there and you talk to them, you get a bit of culture shock, but you sit there and realize, like, hey, they've been living like this, and this is all they know.
This is all I know.
For them to try and figure out a Western type of culture and whatnot,
it's just too far off.
Alien to
let me you see if you can back me up with this because you're 12 Bravo. For what would make most people violently vomit would make them say, "Whoa, that's fucked up."
Yeah.
That's how different it is. What they've seen over there is like, wow, that's pretty crazy. And that's the biggest reaction they're going to get. Mm-hmm. But what you see would make you fucking puke your fucking guts out violently, uncontrollably. And that's the way things work over there. Hey, man, good call, bro.
Very good.
Yeah, well,
peace. Thank you for your service, brother.
There, man.
Thank you for your service, man.
I'm
Peace.
just doing my job, man.
All right. That's all right. I always say that. I always like to say that to other servicemen. I think that's. I think it's Frenchie Ben. It's okay for servicemen to take on other servicemen. Pierre,
yes.
I'm letting you on.
Get in.
Yeah, go ahead. What's up?
Thanks. First off, I want to thank K Sousa for crashing my Skype.
Yes, K Sousa. Always. Yeah, there you go.
But anyway,
What you
sad
got for
thing
us?
in Orlando, and well, you pretty much know my opinion. First off, I hate this religion, and then the gun control advocates even more because they don't seem to get the problem. Did gun control help people in Paris?
Nope.
Maybe in Belgium? Maybe in
Nope.
Paris again?
Nope.
Nope. The only thing that gun control brings up is it takes like 2 steps from their plan out. First up, you can get a gun. Of course, you can buy it from the store right now. But how do they get the gun? If they want the gun, they will get the gun.
They get the gun. It's
They will-
ridiculous.
First off, you can buy them from criminals.
Mm-hmm.
They will sell it to them. Maybe you have to pay a little bit more, but you get that from that. You can transport it from other countries, like the one that got in German's border after the Paris attack.
Mm-hmm.
There were 3 AK-47 rifles in his trunk, and they had made it through 3 countries already.
Well, but you know as well as I do, they don't check shit when we go from country to country over here. They don't check anything.
Yeah, so
you
they
know?
can get it from anywhere. So the gun control only makes those 2 steps out. Plus, they can buy bombs from stores, or they can steal them from.
They can make them their own with household
You
crap.
could make a pure. I learned so much about bombs in Iraq. You could make it out of a Pepsi can,
Yeah,
and it's effective.
IEDs, yes.
It's amazing.
So it doesn't make a fucking difference. Plus, usually a bomb kills up those 100 men in an airport in a second.
yeah,
So that doesn't really make any fucking difference. It only makes them a little bit harder, maybe 5% harder. That's about it.
yeah. Thunderfoot pointed out that, and he was always wondering why they hadn't figured out earlier. Suicide bombing and even bombing in general is not terribly effective because you never know which way it's gonna blow. You know, you never know if it's going to be effective or not. Obviously, if it's in a small area like a bus, it's going to be pretty effective. But you never really know which way it's going to go, whether it's going to go off. What the terrorists have figured out is basically probably from our own wonderful school shooters, you can be a lot more effective with small arms and assault rifles in a small area. And that's going to be the new thing. I don't even think you'll see many bombings anymore because this sends a fucking message because there's almost nothing you can do about it.
Paris was effective because they used those.
And if you've ever been
rifles.
to a rock and roll club or a discotheque as they call it over here, there's like you're usually shoulder to shoulder with people, dancing and stuff. So this is the new norm because we will not address the issue of Islam being incompatible with Western values.
I mean, this is what I get. I mean, they say that, well, you got immigrants from Ireland and Italy, and Italians were also violent, but that was because of jobs. I don't see Islam as a religion. It's more like an ideology.
I agree with you. I mean,
there are straight up tutorials on warfare, on politics, and on law. And those are what is going on right now in Saudi Arabia, for example. And Saudi Arabia is not a great country, okay? Saudi Arabia is not.
No, it's not. No,
Saudi Arabia has public beheadings, and if you take a photo of them, you are beheaded too. So I don't know if you want that, but that's what's gonna happen if population of a country goes over 60% Muslim.
Yeah, well, I mean, it looks like that now in Sweden they have more men than women due to the immigration crisis, which is what I like to call it. And let me tell you something. I mean, we have Muslims that have called this show. I'm not telling you any of jack fucks because I didn't think I had to, but due to recent fucking events, I guess I do. This doesn't mean Haydar, the guy who lives next door to you. I'm probably the only white guy in my apartment complex. Is A, feeling this way, or B, going to do something like this? I'm not saying go around treating Muslims like shit. I have a problem with the religion. I don't have a problem with the people.
I don't do any personal attacks on Muslims.
No, I would never do that.
Was this guy a Christian, Jew, I don't know, Buddhist?
Yeah, no.
I wouldn't give a fuck. It would be just the same treatment to them. But Islam is the most violent of them all. I mean, if you didn't notice, Christianity had a reformation.
Yes, right here in Germany.
Yeah.
From Martin
and that's
Luther.
really changed things a lot. But Islam hasn't had. And
No,
how
they
has
haven't.
Islam grown? From the start of history, I mean, Islam started from Mecca. And they spread through North America to Turkey through violence. They usually killed the people at the village and then breed it there and move their community by that. They are not a peaceful religion. And that's what might be going on in Europe.
Well,
right now.
you can't talk about it. That's the problem because we're getting into it's not all Muslims. They get the distraction issues. I heard they're censoring people on Reddit right now. I don't know if that's
Of
true or
course,
not.
not all Muslims.
No, of course. It's like no shit,
enough of
Sherlock.
them.
Of course it isn't. I'm not telling you to go and fucking, kick some, some fucking Arab guy in the balls down the street. Nobody's saying that. What we're saying is, like, is it right to continue to have these levels of immigration? Is it healthy? Is it helping our society in the West? Every other society, like all sorts of people moved to America and added to it, whether they were, no matter what part of the world. I don't know if these folks are adding too much, and it's not every one of them. And I'm not saying Japanese internment camp, and nobody's saying that. Saying, like, let's stop. Let's stop doing this.
Executing all Germans after World War II.
It's ridiculous, and you can't even get to the damn argument because you get the whole racism accusations, which really is a red. Herring as well.
I was going for that. I mean, I was called racist when I did some of my remarks about this, and then one of my friends, who is from the Middle East, started to defend me. And she is an immigrant from Finland, but she came before she was born. I mean, her family. And why did her family came?
Yeah.
Because her grandmother was raped 15 times by the Muslims over at Iran.
Yeah. And you know what it is, too? It's like, by pointing this out, we're helping those victims of Islam, other Muslims, actually. But these lefties and these do-gooders, all they're doing is hurting your fucking friend. Because,
especially feminists who vote for these multicultural idiots.
Sure.
Because they can't understand what culture they're coming from. They don't really understand
They don't know anything because let me tell you about the American feminists. These people grow up in Vermont. They never fucking see anything. Everything's wonderful. Everything's handed to them. They live in a beautiful American lifestyle, and they decide so they can virtue signal to everybody that they're good people to get involved in these causes, like anti-Israel causes and things like that. They've never seen the world. They've never seen the world.
Look,
not a second of it.
Even though Israel has done some questionable things, I support them 100% because Israel has been. I mean, they didn't throw the first rock. No. They didn't start the 3-day war.
Mm-hmm. No, they didn't, and they never have. And there's never been, up until recently, I found out there was never really an Israeli government. There was never really a Muslim government over there. There was I think it was the first kingdom and the second kingdom empire. This idea that it was their land to begin with is ridiculous. But I'm not going to get into that because I think
other thing with this migrant thing in Europe. Why do we have to help them? Is like beyond me because usually when friendship in its purest form is a transaction. You give them something, they give you something else. What has Middle East given us? We gave them. Syria was not a government before World War I. It was under Ottoman Empire. When World War I ended, British gave them a government. Mm-hmm. But now, what have they given them? Us terrorism, deaf people. Is this what we need? No.
No. It's time to.
Why are we obligated?
On that aspect, I think it's a bit simplistic.
Why is that, Ben?
The idea you just
hard.
Why should we make this fucking complicated? Because it's happening over there.
Ben, it's like this. We got things from the French in North America. We got things from the Irish and the Italians, and I don't think it's being very simplistic. And we've recently had, since 1950, a lot of Islamic or people from the Middle East immigrating to our country. Where is their signature in North America? It's not existent. It's non-existent. I don't think Pierre's wrong.
It depends on how you look at it. For example, we use Arabic numbers, so it's an influence.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying any of that. They also invented chess as well. But I'm talking about in the last 200 years. No,
I kind of understand his point, but it's simplistic in the sense that there are historic reasons why we are where we are, and the power over. Between nations and between them, so
look, I'm not saying they never gave.
It's just a little simplistic to say that.
I'm not saying he never gave everything, but I mean, I don't know. I don't think that. I think the debate is if this is a debate, Frenchie. And I'm gonna let you go, Pierre. All right, I'm gonna bring in Matt. Matt looks like he's calling in.
No, I need to destroy this.
No, it's not.
It's interesting.
I don't want to do. No. I just don't want to have a debate. You don't have to say I want to destroy this. You're too funny.
This is simple. Look, there's nothing hard in this. You make it simple. You fucking make it simple. You don't make it hard because then the feminists make it hard.
I guess I agree with pure Frenchie.
Look, things go hard when somebody does it wrong.
The Charlie Hebdo event in France.
Mm-hmm.
For example, the social justice warrior, they all said, "Oh, I'm Charlie." Oh, yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's part of the problem because they spew, they're responsible for the PC that we live in here. So what you said at first is that because we don't speak about the real thing, We get into those situations.
I got to take this. No, but Pure's giving examples. I'm giving examples. There really hasn't been anything. There is no signature. There's nothing. And I'm not saying it's all terrorism, but there really is. It's not that much, Frenchie. It's not all that much.
Plus, what wrong did Charlie have to do? They had also done satirical articles about Christianity, but when it was Muslim, they got killed.
Yeah.
So that's the
No,
problem.
Well,
Is in them.
He's not denying that. He's not denying.
What I mean by that is Charlie Hebdo was really a social critique that was going hard. And the social justice warrior who said, I'm Charlie, they don't even...
Yeah, but when they do
make
that,
our world PC. They don't want to hear anything that is obnoxious, but when there's a killing, now they're Charlie.
Well, look,
yes, this is the problem. Look,
Okay.
they want to make us think that they are just lunatics. That they're just lunatics. That their religion has no part in it. But when we have something like San Bernardino, Charlie Hebdo, Paris, Belgium, all of them done, but all the guys who did this are crossed by one thing: Islam. So then they say that they're maniacs, but they're not. They are affected by the culture. That's because they have lived there.
Yeah, but we have to watch because during that conversation, you also did it that you go from Muslim to Islam, and it's different. So if you say Islam,
honestly,
Muslim, it's
Frenchie.
generalization.
With all due respect, Frenchie, I think that's word publicity. I think that's whether the words he did. First of all, you guys are both speaking your second language, so I'm going to give you both a break. Second of all, I think that's exactly what he means by he says that. He's not dumping on Muslims. Pure doesn't want.
Yes.
Look, Pure's a fucking liberal, and I'm more on the right. We argue all the time.
So.
He's not. But I think that is kind of more of an example of getting away from whether we should be immigrating to our country. Nobody's dumping on Muslims here, so to speak. But I mean, I think you're just kind of picking out the word that he chose. I mean, that's just I don't really think that's relevant. All right, look, Pierre, I gave you a bunch of time, and I actually missed the last call I wanted to take, so I'm going to put that guy back on.
All right,
but really good call, really good call.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we got a place to talk about it. I just don't personally, no disrespect, I just don't think that's relevant. I mean,
But our countries. Our countries are built on immigration. It was simpler before because we were all Catholics and Christian.
But that's true. But we don't. But one thing is that the Catholics and the Christians and the Irish were dumped on when we came to North America. We had to adjust to be American, and these folks are not adjusting to be European, and they're not. Look, like it or not, Frenchie Ben, yes, you kept a part of your culture, but you're still North American. And if you go back to France, as well as I do, they're always going to see you as Canadian, nothing else. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's really up to them to come along with us. I'm not saying there's a lot of wacky shit in the Bible, But look, as wacky as some Christians are, let's take the who's that God hates fags church? What are they called?
I don't know.
It's just a big hate group of people that hate homosexuals and blame every earthquakes and everything on homosexuals. What are they? You know what I'm talking about, Jeff?
I know what you're talking about.
What the hell are there? What the hell is there? There's something Baptist Church. All right, Matthew, hang in there. We're gonna get to you, Matthew. We're gonna get to you, Matt. Well, they've never, as hateful and as horrible and as rotten as they are, neo-Nazis, that church, like the God Hates Fags church, whatever the fuck it's called, I can't remember. They've never done anything like this. This is like a monthly event around in worldwide, usually in the West, around Islam, and God knows what happens in Islamic countries itself. Westboro Baptist Church. This is like the worst of the worst white people don't do this shit. The worst of the fucking worst. The right-wing maniacs, the hate mongers, they don't do this shit. Matthew, what's going on,
in our day and age, we don't see that anymore.
Yeah, we don't see it, and I don't think they have to. We don't have to conform to them. They got to conform to us, or they can stay in their own goddamn country. Is what they can do. Matthew, what's going on, brother?
You said God knows what happens in their country. We do. They murder people in the street and stone people to death.
Yeah, they do, but we don't get the reports. Look, in some ways, something happens in France. We're all like, all us Westerners are like, oh, this is a fucking daily thing over there, And it probably doesn't even get. It probably gets underreported for Christ's sakes, man. So what's on your mind, man?
They're not allowed to film the stonings and the hangings in those countries, and all the beatings and the weapons and all the other awful stuff that happens over there.
Yeah, it's yeah. I know what you mean, man. It's daily. It's daily. I mean, it's just it makes me want to fucking vomit. Did you want to talk about hockey? Or you want to talk about this dumb stuff?
This dumb stuff.
You want to argue with Frenchie?
Well, I just want to bring up something. Have you heard of that Singapore YouTuber that's getting silenced by the government over there?
Say that again. I got a little distracted. Snoozer sent me something, which no, of course I got fucking distracted. But go ahead, say it again.
Singapore, that's a YouTuber that's getting silenced over there, and he's appeared in courts just for saying stuff. Really.
I've heard he's from Saudi Arabia. Well, one part of me wants to say, "What were you thinking? You should have moved." And the other part of me says, "Yes, this is just one of the many examples of Islamic intolerance."
This guy from Singapore who. He's getting silenced by his government. He's been in court a bunch of times. There's a bunch of videos on his channel of like police showing up to his door, just because he's saying stuff. And he made a video just basically pointing out most of the stuff in the Quran that's just false, that's just horrible. Really, all the sexism, racism.
Oh, is that the Englishman?
Slavery and stuff.
Yeah, is that the English? I think I've subscribed to that guy.
YouTuber came after him. This big YouTuber's a Muslim or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know his name. But he came after him. Now basically all of his videos on his channel are getting spammed by these people to call him racist and everything.
No, of course.
Pretty much just point out facts that the Quran is full of horrible, nasty stuff.
As other holy books are as well. But here's the thing: the other guys aren't following it. I mean, God, the Old Testament is probably worse than the Quran. Here's the thing: Jews don't fucking do that shit. That's the thing with me, bud. I mean, they just don't do it. So I don't really care what they believe. I don't even care if they think, gays should die. I know there's plenty of Christians that think that.
As long as you don't
do it.
If that's what you think, by all means, that's what you think.
I don't know why you'd want to think that way. If you have to walk down the street, it's like, that guy's bad.
I don't know why you want to think that way.
I don't know why you want to feel that way. It's kind of constricting, I look, one of the things I like about not being religious is I feel like I don't have to look down on other people, for them not following. It's just freeing. I can just accept people as they are. I don't have this instant judgment.
I do the same. I have my beliefs, but I don't look down on anybody who thinks differently.
And at the same time, some of the principles of religions are really great.
Well, yeah, I think I live a pretty good Judeo-Christian ethic. Yeah, some of the principles are fantastic, but to me, a lot of them are second nature. I don't think that, Frenchie Ben, I don't think that I would have been any more enticed to murder and do horrible things had I not had the nurture of religion. I don't. I'm sure the nature part is ingrained. It's disgusting. It's repulsive to see somebody's guts come out of their body. It's just a normal, natural thing. If you don't have that, you have a fucking problem, or better yet, other people have a problem. And the nature part is just basically reinforcing what you already know and how to behave. But I really think I think that would have been there either way. But I can't imagine being told to suck it up. Gay people, even this repulses you, and this is a normal human reaction. This violence is a normal human reaction. To be told to go against your nature, and I got to be honest with you, killing gay people and slaughtering them like animals with a machine gun, it goes against human nature, and I really only religion could get you there. I got to be honest with you.
Extremist.
I agree with that. But look, let's be fair though, Frenchie, Jeff. All religions have done horrible shit like this in the past. This is nothing new.
I'm not saying they haven't.
Yeah. No, but it's not common now, except with one of them.
And even Christianity today, the Pope, he doesn't really accept homosexuals.
Yeah, but he's not telling anybody to go kill them.
No, that's right.
He's not telling anybody to go kill him. He doesn't, and they're never going to accept homosexuals. And I'll even go this far. I don't think the Catholic Church should have to. And they also have this thing in the Catholic Church to hate the sin, not the sinner. They tell people that. It's not up to you to judge them; it's up to God, which I'm okay with.
Yeah,
that sounds fair to me.
They are a private enterprise.
Even though
if they don't want to marry two men, they can.
Don't do it
because socially you can be married before a judge.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's it. And you don't like it, that's tough. Don't marry a man. You don't like gay marriage, don't marry a fucking gay person. That's what I think.
Do you.
Do you. Do you right. Do you right. What's up with what's going on in Scotland?
Every religion and society has its own pace of development, and there's a clash right now because the world is getting globalized,
smaller,
and technology shows a dichotomy between where the society or religion are into their development and the items, the tools that we can use, for example, to kill.
Yeah, it's a smaller world. There's more access. You can look up, like, when I was a kid, you had to get the anarchist cookbook to look up how to make a bomb. If it worked, I would never try. Yeah. Now, we could type the anarchist cookbook and download it and put it in Kindle. So, I mean,
for example, I was for the invasion of Afghanistan because there was the Taliban who were living backwards like they were in the
Middle
year
Ages,
1000, and they had the AK-47.
Yeah, well, think about that. We have people that think of old England in the Middle Ages and how brutal the kings were, and now give them fucking nuclear weapons.
Yeah, give them nukes.
There would be no Europe.
Yeah. Right.
God told me I need to drop this bomb on fucking France. And that's it. All right, Matthew, what's going on in Scotland, man? What's up with you?
Nothing really. Scotland. Yeah. Nothing really happens.
Do you like DJ Bad Boy?
Other stuff.
Do you like DJ Bad Boy?
No.
I like DJ Bad Boy. You know what I'm talking about?
As a Scotsman, I have to.
Yes, because McKenzie's telling me this. This is a religion, or this is a national anthem. DJ Bad Boy, Friday night. So you familiar with DJ Bad Boy?
It's hard to find someone in Scotland that's not familiar with DJ Bad Boy.
Really? Does he still live in Scotland?
I don't know.
All right. I don't think Jeff Huffman's heard this yet. Have you heard this yet, Huffman?
No.
This guy is the baddest rapper in Scotland. Listen. Everybody dance. Everybody dance. Dance in the chat. It's DJ Bad Boy.
Everybody better dance to the fucking beat. Singing, I'm a lightweight and I am stuck in bottle of beer and I make my chicken.
I'm a lightweight.
Bad boys got the bars, SQ off a bottle of bucket and a 5.
He says fucking every 2 words like every Scotsman I ever met.
You can't see it, those of you watching, because my camera's doing this stupid little circle thing.
You're dancing?
But I'm not dancing.
Yeah, and everybody else has a picture, and Frenchie Ben's a monkey.
Dancing like a maniac.
I'm a lightweight and I am stuck in bottle of beer and I make my chicken.
Do you talk like that? Do you curse? You say fuck every other word, like most Scotsmen, Matthew?
I do.
Yeah, dude. I do. I curse all the time. Matthew, do you live the Highland way?
Aye.
Matthew?
Aye.
Aye. Are you in the Highlands or you not?
No.
No, you're not. But you live the Highland way, like a Highland warrior.
I live near Glasgow.
You live near Glasgow. Are you Rangers or Celtic?
I'm on the Gaelic.
You're Celtic? Good. He's a Catholic. Fuck you, McKenzie. Fuck you. We got a Celtic fan here, like a normal person. Get it, DJ Bad Boy.
I'm a bunch of Celtic fans, so.
So have you ever been to a derby between Celtic and Rangers?
No, because I don't really give a fuck.
Oh, you don't like football?
No.
What's with fucking video gamers and like YouTube streamers? Nobody likes fucking sports. I don't get that shit. Well, that's right. You like hockey.
Sports, I just don't like the ones over here because they're boring.
Yeah. Oh, so you're one of those Europeans. You hate soccer.
Yeah, sure, but I'll watch it if it's like I'm watching the Euro, but that's not like it's
yeah, it's you know what? I'm watching the Euro too. You know why? Because it's a party. It's just a big party over here. You know, if I open the window right now and Germany scored, you'd hear it. You know what I mean? It'd be nuts. Yeah. All right, buddy. Thanks for the call. I appreciate it. A lot of love from Scotland, and DJ Bad Boy is Bob Dylan in Scotland, by the way.
Scottish Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, that's what he is. Good call, buddy. Good. Well, he likes hockey. That's good.
And I'm fucking set. It tastes like shit, but no sweat. I'll get to the house.
All right, I want the lyrics transcribed for me. Somebody.
Oh my God.
Get me the lyrics. That's awful, isn't it?
How is that considered music? Like,
I don't know. I think it's a goof. It's like it's so bad it's good. You know what I mean?
I hope it is.
It's so bad it's good.
Parties pumping,
If you tell me that's
tunes are nice,
talent-
and the bass as
I don't know.
I
think it's funny.
I'm
I'm glad fucking McKenzie introduced me to this shit. So bad. Streaming a shite. How's anything called music these days?
If that's talent, then I'm a freaking abomination.
No, he stole some techno beat and started saying "fuck" over it. That's what he did. It's just funny because the guy sounds about 15 years old. He's a kid. He's like, I'm a lightweight. You know, yeah, whatever.
Is there a video that goes with it?
No.
Oh,
God.
DJ Bad Boy didn't need a video, Frenchie fan. He says everything he needed to say through that music. Comes from the soul. Pierre says, how does anything pass for music these days? That's because Pierre's like, he's sophisticated. He listens to Frank Sinatra. Like my dad.
You got Sousa putting people to sleep, and then you got DJ What's His Nuts.
DJ Bad Boy.
Literally killing me. It's killing me.
Well, you don't. Well, now you're mad at me with the rap. Why don't you go off like go off on your rap song? You don't like the rap song I play for the new show?
No, I don't like that either.
Why not? I think it's cool.
I just don't.
All right, I'm gonna play this song real quick just to aggravate him. No, not. Like, does anybody like this song? Everybody like? I think it's cool. It's like Eminem like.
Yeah.
I want to hear what people say in the chat. Do you think this fucking song is cool? Say it's cool or not cool in the chat. I might not use it. You could influence it right now.
The maniac is back, smoking crack with Jack Black. I smack ass, keep a fat stash of ganja.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's cool.
I love it.
It has crack and Jack Black in it. I mean, those two things probably aren't too good.
Talk about hitting people with dildos and shit.
I've never done crack, but I've heard bad things about that, and we've all seen anything Jack Black does.
Patrick Glynn said, it sounds like a poor man's Eminem.
It happens once to me. I went to a Metallica concert, and a guy came to me and asked me if I wanted crack.
Yeah? And what'd you say?
I said, yeah, of course. 2 pounds.
Tupac's.
No, 2 pounds.
Oh, 2 packs of cigarettes. I don't know. 2 pounds.
See, I see what you were going for there, Tommy.
I missed it. I'm starting to get it. You know what it is? I'm really hot. There's only 15 minutes to go. I don't think this song sounds bad. Frenchie, should I keep this song? It's not bad. Gun Cannon. Poor man's Eminem. Hey, how do they know who the terrorist is, who isn't without spying on everyone, dude? Let's see. How do they know who is a terrorist?
How do they know who's a terrorist and who isn't without spying on people?
I don't know. I heard they found fucking ISIS shit in this guy's garage. Who knows? When I saw Anaconda, I was like, can I have the shitty music off while I fap?
Personally, I like some beats that are kind of unnatural.
Yeah, that's why I like this. It's kind of a weird beat, right?
Yeah. I'm hotter than the summer is.
I honestly get a headache every time I hear this.
What am I gonna do? New show tomorrow. Speaking of, let's do the ads. Let's start getting out of here. Shot from the point, dead. Yeah. All right, bitches. We'll be talking about internet culture, memes, of course, hockey. Probably leading off with the Stanley Cup final tomorrow. Not necessarily a hockey show. This is what I'm going to run during the summer as we bring In the Crease with Tommy C back right around the time of the World Cup. So check out tomorrow. Shot from the point, dead. And I think this is going to be the song. Unless somebody complains about it besides Jeff. Yeah, there we go.
I'm going to create a bunch of different accounts.
Now you're selling it to me now. I don't think it's that bad. I like Eminem. If Eminem would let me use one of his songs, I'd use one of his songs. Oh. Do you like Eminem?
I do like Eminem.
Yeah.
Some songs from Eminem.
You like some songs from Eminem? Gun Cannon.
Mockingbird.
Gun Cannon. What do you think?
Oh, what are the intro for Shot for the Point Dead?
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Fuck yeah. Are you not kissing my ass or anything, are you?
No.
Good. I'm glad.
Why would I do that?
I don't know.
Yeah, why?
Because you want me to help your channel. Because I'm going to get so famous in the next Oh, I'm like Real Talk. I'm like, Real Talk's been getting calls from people like from a long time ago, you know, as things go better from him.
Right.
Hey, buddy, just checking in.
Right. his third cousin that lives in freaking Montana.
Yeah. Hey, I'm over here in Montana. Remember when I bought you that ice cream when you were a kid? You know? Ag.
Oh. Well, it's interesting because it's actually a really good week apparently for you to go to that because not only you're going to have all that YouTube stuff and whatnot, but E3 starts tomorrow.
Yes, I did hear about that. Actually, I think they're streaming it on Twitch.
Let's announce H1Z1 for PlayStation 4. Let's do it.
I think it's gonna suck.
I think it's EA's doing their keynote right now. Actually,
their keynote. Do you watch that fucking Gun Cannon? You nerd.
No, and then I will.
No. Who cares what those suits say? Who cares what those suits say? I don't like. You know what? Honestly, I don't think I could understand going to a competitive video game like MLG. I would go to that totally. But these where they introduce the games, who gives a fuck? I don't know. I don't get that at all. You know, like when I saw the Doom trailer, which by the way is fucking awesome. Did you see the Doom trailer? I think it was like last E3, if I'm not mistaken.
Seen people play it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking If you have a computer, can run it. That it looks so awesome, and I heard people cheering, and I was like, "This is great!" And then the video's over, and I can go back to my regular life. I cannot imagine travel. Where is it this year, Gun Cannon?
It's always in the same spot. It's in Los Angeles.
Okay, it's always I can't imagine.
Why would you want to go to something like that? To watch a video, like
you're gonna be a big dork. Oh, you would go in a minute, fucking.
I would not go.
You would go if it was Battlefield. You would go.
Absolutely not.
You'd go if I told you and paid you.
Yeah. If you pay for my trip and I actually get to play
and then you would
there,
like it.
Yeah, an all expense paid trip. Yeah, I'd go.
I'd put you in the room with Frenchie Ben, and Frenchie Ben would have no idea what's going on, and I would put Bugs in the room to listen to you guys fucking talk uncomfortably about video games. Neither of you wanted to be there. That's what
this is the private Huffman Frenchie Ben vlogs.
Yes,
E3.
we'll put it on Periscope and laugh at them.
If we're sitting there testing the game out, while playing Battlefield 1, I'd be throwing stuff within the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I would be eating cheese and drinking wine and laughing.
This is the shot from the point that we know. Too many sad stuff happened today, Gun Cannon. Too much sad stuff.
It's a bad weekend.
I'm trying not to focus on it. That's why
I can't help it. And, I'm mad.
I just finished reading up the last reports from the final Calder Cup game last night. So Lake Erie's
that was a sweep, wasn't it?
Sweep. Now they're gonna, if the NBA playoffs play out well, it will be the first time that there's a 2-champ team in a minor league and a major league in one city.
Oh wow. Ever? In any sport?
Not that I've seen recently. Because Lake Erie won, and if the Cavs win the NBA title, there's actually a picture.
Good luck with the Cavs thing.
Yeah.
Who disliked my video? My live broadcast, you scumbags. I hope you get hemorrhoids. You fucking jerks, both of them. I hope you get 2 hemorrhoids. How about that?
Should recruit me, Pittsburgh boy. A couple years ago, I could have done the MLG crap.
Optic. You think you're good enough to play MLG, dude?
I was really good back in the day.
Do you know
I was scary good.
You know who's on a really good clan, supposedly? Patrick Lane on Finland. Like, he's in a big COD clan. Like, they're serious. Like, seriously competitive. That's what I heard.
I used to be really good at Call of Duty. Then they made the game ridiculously easy for everybody.
Yeah. No.
And then I get upset more. And
you want to challenge? Learn mouse and keyboard like a normal person. Why don't you learn mouse and keyboard so you can play with me on H1Z1? It might be funny. I could yell at you for screwing up. You're probably a better shot than me anyway.
Yeah, because Jeff, when he goes into
I got a big computer downstairs.
What were you saying, Frenchie Ben? Why don't you learn mouse and keyboard? What were you saying, Frenchie Ben?
That Jeff, when he goes on a rant, he's great.
He's fucking funny. You know, you watch his games. He's like fucking.
I am dominating.
It's funny.
They are funny.
Gets cheated. How do you laugh like that?
That's why I don't play. That's why I can't play the last couple Call of Duties, because I get upset within the first 90 seconds, and I don't feel like playing anymore.
I don't know. Relax. Take it easy.
When I shoot somebody in the face,
well, I mean, shit happens.
Nothing happens.
Fucking video game, dude. You know.
But I shot him in the face.
Which time? You know? I mean, what the fuck's the matter with you?
I don't know, about the 8th time. After about the 8th time, I shoot the guy in the face and nothing happens, and I get one shot in the toenail. I don't feel like playing anymore.
Maybe you're not shooting him in the right part of the face.
Yeah, right. You're not hitting the hitbox. You know, you're not doing.
That's right.
You're doing something wrong.
The brain isn't a vital.
I bet you're doing something wrong. How about that?
I'm sorry. Did I mention that I shot him in the face?
I bet you're doing something. Maybe it went through his cheek. Maybe the hitboxes are. You know, that could happen. I've seen that happen actually. You know what I mean? Maybe he just went through his cheek and didn't hit a vital organ. You know, that'll sting, but it's not going to kill you. You know?
Pretty sure it'd knock you down.
Would it? I don't know. It depends. 9mm, it might not.
I'm not using a 9mm.
You don't use it. We're using a. You sure you had the right? That's another thing. Did you have the right weapon?
You know, that could be. You know, that could be it. I don't use the gun that everybody else uses.
Yeah.
I'm not a sheep.
Well, stop using a pea shooter. You take a gun that'll actually put down your opponent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, because I guess an M16 or an M4 doesn't do the job.
Maybe it's your aim. You ever think of that? And you maybe
it's
think
it's not my aim.
Maybe you need glasses.
No.
Maybe you need glasses.
Wait, maybe Patrick Glenn has it. Patrick Glenn says Jeff shoots him in the face. The other guy says, no, I have special armor on.
Hey, Jeff.
It's only a game. Why do you have to be mad?
Yeah.
Because I paid $60 for it, and when I shoot a guy in the face, he needs to die.
It's only a game. Why do you have to be mad?
Okay.
I got 60 reasons why.
I really can't make fun of you. Gun Cannon, I will never release the tape. I lost my mind playing H1Z1. Gun Cannon was there when it happened.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Tommy,
Don't repeat what I said. I could have lost my channel.
Play that for me. Oh, yeah, wait, I think I might know what
I think I played it for. I think I did play it for you. And you guys can beg all you want.
Is that where you you were in a bush and
Yes. So that's as far as it goes.
And then it went on for about 7-8 minutes.
Yes.
It was about that outdoor recreational thing that people bitch about.
As soon as you start from a bush, it doesn't end well.
Well, he admitted to cheating into it, but he didn't have a cheat on there. I know what he did. I figured out what he did. He admitted what he's doing. He basically told me, "Don't hide in a bush because I will cheat and find you." That was the entire conversation.
And he was sitting in the gas.
If you pull the distance, I don't know if it's selected. If you pull the visual distance thing back, so you could still see ahead of that, and you could see the silhouetted people where people are hiding. So he basically told me that, and I'm like, it's cheating. It's a fucking exploit. That's cheating. But the dopes at Daybreak Game hadn't figured it out yet. You know. Tommy PC, he's taking me to ESL Cologne. ESL's the European version of MLG. It's a little more polished. I'd love to go to one of those events. I almost went to an ESL in Cologne once. But I don't know. I think my wife said no. My ex-wife fucked my life up. I was listening to DJ Wheat. Do you know who DJ Wheat is, Gun Cannon?
Name sounds familiar.
All right, he is one of my biggest influences besides Howard Stern and getting involved in streaming talk shows, hands down. He did a show called Live on 3, and he talked about video games like he do sports talk radio, And I was so enthused. I worshipped the fucking guy. The ground this guy walked on. He was so funny. He was so gaming knowledgeable. The only thing is, my wife was I just turned 30. And she was like, you got to kind of knock this shit off. I don't want a professional gamer. I'm like, no, it's not. It's just fucking. You wouldn't care if I was listening to a hockey thing. Why do you care if I'm listening to this guy? And then the divorce came, and I kind of forgot about it. But this guy DJ Wheat, he was great. Now he only does StarCraft and shit and a little Twitch stuff. But he was the best. They call him a shoutcaster, but he was just a fucking sports broadcaster, and he was the best. And he did a great talk show. I learned so much from him. I used to call him the show and talk about Street Fighter 4. Can you imagine that?
Wow.
Can you imagine that? What a dork. Fucking Fucking after I got done LARPing with gun cannon, fucking freaking out girls. You know, doing all that shit. All right, gun cannon. I kept you on a lot, and I think everybody wants to go home.
All right, have a
You're
good day,
man.
guys.
Good man. Good call, brother. Good call.
Yeah. Ciao.
Good call.
You want to see me get angry? You want to see me get angry at a video game? Look at that link I just posted.
Okay. Oh, now they're gonna let you look at the link. Hold on. Is this you? How long is it? It's 2 minutes.
It's got Daniel Bryan music in it. Don't play it.
Thank you. Go watch that video.
You've seen it. You've seen it. It's the one that you threw in Reddit.
Yeah, my ex-wife. She didn't want me. My ex-wife. You know, my ex-wife put. I was listening to DJ Wheat, and I was watching some of the professional streams, like the guys that are playing for money, right? And she wrote, it was the most embarrassing thing in my whole divorce process, that I was training to be a professional gamer. I was so upset. She could she could have called me a drunk. She could have called me anything I want. She could even tell it would have been a lie, but she could have told the court I hit her, right? And she could have told him I hit her, and I wouldn't have cared. Yes, and I wanted to vomit. Roy, real quick, and I gotta go.
I gotta turn some meat outside.
What's up, buddy? I gotta go.
Hey, Roy.
Did you hear about Orlando?
You sure did. Are you okay? Everybody all right out there?
My fucking neighbors, man. Their family was there.
They gone?
No, everybody. Yeah, thank God, everybody's all right. They've been there
good.
like for a whole week on vacation or whatever.
Unbelievable.
And this was the end of it.
I'll
see them tomorrow, I guess.
Oh. Well, everybody in your family's okay, right?
Yeah.
That's good.
We don't hang out at gay bars.
Oh, well, I thought you did. That's why I was asking. I was concerned.
No.
Well, yeah, the whole world knows about it. And everybody on this show is pretty fucking pissed off, dude. Pretty pissed off.
Yeah, Florida governor called it terrorism.
It is. I don't care if the guy went to church or not. It is. You know?
Oh, we have no rights on other people's lives.
Yeah, I know. It's horrible. All these guys are trying to do is fucking have a good time. Fucking, because they're different, Gotta fucking murder them for what,
Oh, those people, they have to build themselves some sort of rationale that don't make sense because he injured and killed 100 persons. Like something is going to change tomorrow.
Yeah. The only thing is
they're still gays and
they're still gays and they always will be.
Oh yeah.
They used to kill gays here in Europe. They didn't go away. Still kept making them. Whatever. All right, Roy, I got to end the show, man. I took a lot of calls tonight. I was really jealous.
It's not the gays. It's the ideology.
Yes, we agree.
These people have a problem with the ideology, and their ideology is wrong.
It is.
The way they were brought up and what they were told is wrong, so their ideology is fucked up.
And that's why they got to stay in the Middle East. That's why the Middle East is fucking oil rich, and it's a miserable place to live just about everywhere.
But before Roy leaves, what do you think about Gordie Howe?
Oh, yeah. What do you think about Gordie Howe?
He's a legend, man. He's a legend. I got some close friends that are fucking diehard Detroit fans.
Yeah. We'll miss Gordie Howe.
Went through it with all of them. They all grew up with him. Gordie Howe is a legend, man.
Make an argument that he's the best of all time.
I listened to the radio, and they had a guy that hung out with him on there, and they asked that guy, by today's standards, who do you think is like Gordie Howe? And the guy was like, nobody.
Nah, there probably is. The guy played till he's 50. He fought. He would I think he enforced up until the time he got in WHA. I mean, he stuck up for teammates. Nobody. You're absolutely right, boy. Hey, good call, buddy.
Have you seen him play in his last year?
Roy's my age.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't fast or anything like that.
Maybe he's
He
a little
was
older.
just smart. He had the eyes. He could see shit.
Oh, I guess he did. So he's a little older than me. Yeah, you can see he wasn't fast at the end. He's fast when he's young, I bet, but not towards the end. Yeah. All right, Roy, I really got to get out of here. I'll talk to you later. I want to end the show. It's already an hour and a half. Yeah. I gotta fucking rock and roll, do the plugs, and but because I hope all you bastards that listen so loyally visit these places that I recommend. And
plugs.
JohnFreemanMusic.com, JohnFreemanMusic.com, JohnFreemanMusic.com. Check out JohnFreemanMusic.com, the official musician of the Shot from the Point YouTube channel. John Freeman, podcast for you and yours. JohnFreemanMusic.com. That was a good one, right?
Yeah.
You want to catch me at Tommy CSFTP, at Tommy CSFTP. Skype, Shot from the Point, one word. You can leave a message, too. I have an answering machine, picks up. It's my business phone, 718-395-7660. Inquiries, all that other crap. You can send me stuff there.
You can leave death threats.
You can leave death threats. You know, I actually wrote a rap song about Sean's View, right? I called it Death Threats, DEF-FERTS. Yeah. But I'd broken up with Cronin at the time, so I never fucking introduced it. I was going to do something. I was going to get that stupid hat he wears. I go, Death Threats. I was going to do that, really was. But now, from what I understand, Cronin's like in a war with him or something, too. No, or it's totally with JD in New York or something, but whatever.
I don't know, really.
I don't know why they're fucking arguing with that retard anyway.
I know that they met.
Oh, yeah? JD in New York, you're not a real journalist. No shit. Like, I guess Sean's View said something like, if I don't reach 100,000, I'll quit. And then, of course, it came and went. And he goes, I'm not going to quit for you, even with all the death threats I get. You know, like, what a big...
I saw that video.
Yeah, and everybody's like, what, are you surprised? The guy's a fucking lying sack of shit. You know, who cares? I don't care that he quit. I don't care that he's there. I don't know why anybody cares. I'm a little sick of fucking YouTubers running around saying, this guy doesn't belong on YouTube. He's making YouTube bad. We have to make YouTube. But YouTube's fucking fine. YouTube's fine. It's probably you. You're an asshole. I'm noticing a lot of people that followed me during the first Tommy War. As time goes on and I see what they write and do, I like them less. Much less. I think they're fucking just jumping on the goddamn train because they virtue signaling. I don't think they give a rat's ass about Tommy. And I think if they do give a rat's ass about Tommy, I think they want to fucking force their values down everybody's throat. So there you go. I almost never stream on Twitch, but I keep meaning to do it. I don't know why, because it looks better on... Nobody watches it, but it looks better on fucking YouTube. And I do stream H1Z1 and probably a few other games. And God forbid I get rich, I'll get a fucking kick-ass computer, stream everything you want. NHL 17, you name it. Shot from the Point Hockey on Google+, Shot from the Point Hockey and other crap on Facebook. Make sure you like it, sub it, share. We post the videos there. Like, shove, share. Give me subs. Give me money. I need money. I need money, Frenchie Ben.
Money.
I need money. Money so fucking world go around. Get ready, man. Get ready. I'm Grady. I'll cut Keems with Keemstar. Actually, he hasn't offered me any.
He wants to abuse you.
Nah. He wants a fucking kick-ass podcast. I really believe that. In fact, something happened that I can't talk about that I'm pretty sure it's legit.
But do you know when it will be released?
Not for a couple weeks. They're working on... Superior Bear is following me now. You're a good man, Superior Bear. I think it's Bear more than likely. Thanks. He's following me on Twitch. That's a Twitch follow. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. No, I don't. I think it's going to be a few weeks. They're still working on a very, very big YouTuber to kind of get him on board. And I think it's going to be like a four-way. But we're not doing it on Skype. We're gonna be doing it on other stuff. We're gonna be doing the whole... It's going to be a real clean podcast. It'll sound real nice. I think it's going to be fun.
I'm interested in hearing that.
Me too. Me too. Jeff, you there?
You're biased about that.
Well, I hope it's good. I don't think Keem wants to hear me say that. I think he wants to... It's good! It's going to be great!
Oh, it has the potential to be good. I'm sure about that.
I think the ideas and the heart's in the right place, and I think it's going to be up to the individuals to make it happen. Yeah. And then it might be good. And, I've been told I can challenge the way I want, how I want. And we can argue with each other and debate, All right, I'm out of here. Peace. No, wrong fucking song. Well, maybe I'll end on this song instead.
You were finished with the plugs?
Yeah, I'm done. We'll get the fuck out of here.
Good, you better use a different song.
All right, I'll use this one then. All right, see you around, everybody. See you tomorrow for Shot from the Point Dead. And peace, and see ya. Goodbye. This song better, Jeff.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not going to use it. We're gonna screw around like this. Alright, see ya next week, everybody. Peace.
We'll be right back.